take a seat real fast. Server owners and coders, content creators and streamers, showing off the community with all their features. Issues with updates, someone's mistake, new things they added, angry players it makes. Get in chat, voice your opinion, you're the community and we wanna listen. It's the Peasants Podcast, TPP, putting out the word about the DayZ community. The greedy peasant, he runs the show, but without his team this wouldn't be so. The queen peasant, who runs the chat with the friendly hello, make sure you say it back. Survival roleplay, choose a character, hold the dev accountable on every single matter. Social media and TikTok, she likes to toast. Smiley's a people person, new friends on the coast. It's the Peasant Podcast, we're having a blast with the DayZ community, so take a seat real fast. It's the Peasants Podcast, TPP, putting out the word about the DayZ community. The greedy peasant, he runs the show, but without his team this wouldn't be so. The queen peasant, who runs the chat with a friendly hello, make sure you say it back. It's the Peasant Podcast, we're having a blast with the DayZ community, so take a seat real fast. It's the Peasants Podcast, TPP, putting out the word about the DayZ community.
All right, welcome everybody to the Peasants Podcast. Hope you're having an absolutely lovely, lovely weekend. Got some absolute legends with us today to sit down and have a chat. Firstly, on my left, my co-host, Mr. 80KQ. Hello, Mr. Q.
Morning, how are we all?
Going well. And of our special guests from the Second Dawn, we have Mr. Hayumissed, long-time CC patron, also known as DayZ Spider-Man from back way in the day, and his partner in crime, Chloe. How are you guys? Going all right?
Yeah, pretty good, brother. How you doing?
Pretty good. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We're going to sit down and talk to them about their server and their upcoming season change. But firstly, let's dive into our usual rundown. So, and you guys are always more than welcome to drop this in. We usually do news and events over the network, the zone, April gameplay update. They've had a massive update on their server. Now, the zone is a survival hardcore server that's a little different to most. You get fully stocked up with guns, gear, but it is an absolute nightmare to fight through the hordes. So definitely worth to go out and check out. They've had a overall with their weapons. Yeah, go.
I will second that because I've been addicted to the zone and that's pretty much what I'm playing at the moment.
You're getting right into it.
And I've heard that. I think the zone's fucking awesome, mate.
Yeah.
It's set up amazingly.
Very, very well done. So they've got a whole heap of things going on. The Zenith spawn, new quests. Yeah, definitely go check that out. Right, but in the chat, we got in the chat, got a full list in the chat. Plenty of Second Dawn RPers. Soul Society, welcome. Mr. Brandon, V8 Pete in the house, the Dark Gnome, Mr. Warden, hello, good sir, the Booty Man, Communist Aaron Soviet, that's the funniest name I ever heard. Beans McGee, Stib, that's Chloe, Daddy Lupo. Obviously, a large turnout from the Second Dawn people coming to harass their admins and owners. You can always ask us some questions. If you want to drop some questions, you can always drop them in the chat. Obviously, make them DayZ related. No diving outside, they won't be mentioned. But let's dive into the server. The Second Dawn RP has dedicated itself to the RP world, bringing exceptional aspects including lore, admin team, and server adventure. The Second Dawn welcomes all levels of players with a spot for everyone to get involved. So guys, tell me a little bit more about the server and what you've achieved.
Oh, he's looking to
Oliver.
me.
Yeah, apparently you're the
I'm
boss.
dedicated spokesperson.
Yeah, apparently you're the
Wow.
boss. You're the head lady.
It is a joint venture. I don't think any of us would have been here doing this if it wasn't for Ryan, as it was his server originally. Believe it was opened in, I think you said 2022.
21 or
So it
22,
has
Yeah, 21's
Yeah.
been around for a while.
it's been around, but we decided to revive it, which has been really successful. It's been open for about 3 months now. With the first season, with a new lore entirely, new server, complete fresh start for Second Dawn. Obviously, like you said, we're a hardcore roleplay server, and our main focus is developing storylines and immersing our players into the lore of the world that we've created, which is pretty cool. So we're currently on Chernarus, and we're coming to the end of our first season, and our next one will be launching on the 1st of May. So yeah, got some
Ooh.
exciting things planned.
Busy in the behind the scenes as well, getting everything ready for season 2.
Oh yeah, many late nights.
Many late nights. You have quite a large, well, you have quite a lot of divisions in your teams. I was reading your little bio you have in my thing, where you have a lore team, a development team. First of all, who is these people in your team, and who makes the final calls?
So our team consists of, we would universally see in most DayZ servers. So we have the owners, which is me and Hayu. Then we have our server director, who's Lee, also known as Reds, who's basically the second in command when we're not around. Then we have our admins, which is Matt. He's one of our admins that's been here since the start. Really cool guy.
Nice.
We also have, we have Cam, who plays as a character called Cam the Fisher. And he's obviously a fisherman.
Good morning.
Self-explanatory. Yeah. Oh, he puts on the old folk British accent. It's great.
Oh, sick.
And yeah, so those are our admins. We have 2 senior mods, which is Iris and Lupo, who you've probably seen in the chat already.
Yep.
So, Solstice Society's Iris. She's also one of our social media promoters, runs the TikTok and stuff. And then we have our mods, Alexi, who thinks I've stole his catalytic converter.
Yep.
Seen him already. We have Maximus, and then Siren and Alex. So we've got quite a big team. Obviously, always looking
Wow.
for new people to come in and
Yeah.
show us what they can bring to the server and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely a strong team we've got. I'm really proud of everyone in the work they've put in.
I'm really impressed you got a social media marketing person. More advanced than I am. Far more advanced than I am. I've got a moderator and that's it. And an admin. I'm going to take a leaf out of your books. But who's the who makes the final call? Who says this is going to happen? Is it a team effort, or it comes down to an individuals?
So ultimately, we pride ourselves on really the final call should be down to the players, as ultimately we're providing a service for the community, and that's why we have the voting channels. We have plans of hosting calls in our stage channel with the players as well to sort of receive feedback from them on what they want to see from us and the server as a whole. So yeah, ultimately I would like to say that the players have the final say on the direction that the server goes in, but there's menial things that us as owners, me and Ryan discuss and implement that might not necessarily make it to the voting channel.
Yeah, nice. Of course, there is the vision that it needs to keep, on a steady path. So players can sometimes dilute that with their ideas. But yeah, that's cool to put a stage out and sit there and actually talk and hear the feedback from your players in Discord. That's an absolutely wicked idea.
Yeah, I mean, we have the suggestions forum as well, which is used quite often. And obviously when we have our staff meetings, we'll go through the suggestions of the players and sort of vote on them, or out server votes and see what people want changed and stuff. So yeah, we'd like to think that we're constantly trying to elevate the server and provide what people want. But obviously there is a bottom line, which is it's a roleplay server, so we don't want to deviate too much off that vision.
Yeah, 100%. And of course, with the server, you've got quite a few quests and events that go on. And now, incorporating events and quests into a roleplay environment is quite hard. What events and the quests does the service put on, and how are they incorporated without sort of, impacting the hardcore environment and the roleplay environment?
Definitely. So initially when we made this server, obviously going into season 1 of a new server that's just opened again, our main focus was developing a hands-off lore for season 1, which allows players to build up their bases, develop their personal storylines and characters. So there wasn't like an overarching big bad or villain of the season per se, which you see in a lot of servers. And it's given the team a chance to observe the caliber of roleplay with the players that we have. And obviously we've seen how the server is at the moment, and we've made sure that next season we've got a lot in store, and it's going to be really exciting, and the lore is going to be super intense. It's going to challenge people. And honestly, I wish I could say more about it because I'm super stoked.
You can't.
But I don't want to spoil too much. Yeah, I've got to hold on to it.
Don't worry. Right at the end, we'll ask you about some of your secrets and see if we can pry it out from you then.
I've already had my staff team like, don't spoil too much.
That's it. You got to beep.
I do let my mouth run away.
But it is.
Well,
yeah,
one thing that I will spoil though
Oh.
is that Vasily, this one's especially for you, mate, and a couple of the others. Be careful when you go to the bunker next season, especially with the special infected. They may give you a bit of a cough, or they may blow up in your face.
Yeah. Are they the
Feel
best
shocked.
thing they've ever added in the DayZ, or somebody worked out? The unexpected of all of a sudden an infected in a big flash white light in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, gonna take some people by surprise. That's for sure. Yeah, obviously as it stands with season 1, we have the professions, so players can opt in and work towards becoming a certain profession. So we have the likes of bounty hunters, fishermen, traders, medics, those kinds of things. And also we have a passive quest line which I created called the Zodiac Trials, which consists of 12 POIs dotted around the whole map. Only little small ones with DPS receivers, which are our PDA devices, how like people communicate, or cassette tapes and stuff like that. And the main purpose of that is just to world build. So it don't necessarily link to the overall lore, but it kind of shows you that kind of tries to immerse you in a sense of when people find these POIs, they'll make a ticket and we'll give them like a blurb or a voice recording, and it could be, I don't know, like a dad mourning someone at a graveyard and writing a note on the grave or something like that. Little things that help sort of pull you into the reality of the apocalypse. So that's something we've got. We also have a submarine that moves around the map on the coast that our head developer made, which is really awesome. That players can sort of stumble across, which also has its own lore. But yeah, as 1st of May with our mini season, because we're starting off with a 2-week mini season going into the next one. Yeah, like I said, it's very ambitious, but the hint I will give is it's inspired by Maze Runner. So take of that what you want. But it's being commissioned by Teabag. I'm sure you probably know him. From Custom DayZ Services.
That's
yeah.
it. We've got a theme
He's
song.
working on-
Yeah,
on our
see,
mini
see,
season.
yeah, see.
Custom DayZ services.
That's it. We got a fucking theme song. That's how much we're involved. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
fuck, yeah. A Maze Runner. I won't dive into it too much, but
Yeah.
a Maze Runner style start.
Just watch the trailer and I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be good.
Have you got the trailer? Do we get to see the trailer? If you send me the trailer in,
Well, there's the official Maze Runner one, but we have an acting team. And we are working on making an actual cinematic trailer for the server. Eventually, after a very long time, I've managed to get a PC server to work with mods to do cinematics, so I'm making the most of that.
wicked. Well, when it's ready, definitely send it through. We'll play it on the podcast before we kick off in our news. That's cool. That's pretty hectic.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I can see why you got such a large team. There's a lot of work going into, starting off a season and building a season, but also creating the story and lore and help breathe it into the players.
Yeah, it's definitely a task. Every little detail might not seem that relevant or big, but overall, it does make a difference.
Yeah, 100%. Getting in. Applications are important to roleplay servers. Can you tell me what you're looking for in a player and, why you ask some of the questions you do in your application?
Do you want to take this one, Brian?
Is the security? Head of security?
I'm a bit
Hayumissed?
too drunk for this.
Never. Not on this podcast.
I'm how you pissed tonight, not how you missed.
How pissed are you?
From 1 to 10. Oh, he needs that liquid courage. Okay, I'll take that one as well then. I'll just take all of them, I suppose.
That's it.
Okay, so...
Just log off.
He's here to look pretty for the cameras.
True. He likes the violent part at the end.
Love
Yeah,
it.
so we have an application process that players that are not accustomed to DayZ services is a lot. So it is rigorous, I won't lie about that, but we don't plan on gatekeeping and only accepting like experienced RPers. We kind of want to allow new people a chance into the server as well, so it's sort of tailored to that. So say for example, if someone makes a small mistake on the application, we won't just deny it outright. Like instead we'll accept it and just sort of go through it with the minute ticket rather than them have to go through it all again because it's very tedious.
Yep.
But ultimately we're looking for players who want to invest in the world and the lore and create compelling characters and obviously contribute to the long-term storytelling of the server. You don't need to be J.K. Rowling by any means or a voice actor, right?
Yeah.
What matters most is if players are there to engage, react, and build something with others. And the questions we ask, like things about your character backstory, motivations and weaknesses, and stuff like that, helps us understand how your character fits into our world. And it's less about what you've done and more about what you're capable of doing with others. So, yeah, we want to give everyone a chance, because there's a lot of people that have joined that are new to roleplay, and there's definitely a stigma with the community, with other communities around RP servers and what they mean and what they do.
So get your
But
cloaks out and get your
There-
daggers.
people, yeah,
You do touch on something that is quite true. There is a stigma about roleplay, and I thought, I've been roleplaying for years, and I thought that stigma would have died off, but it's just still so many people put off by it, and the annoying part is they get put off from the application process, which is a really important part.
No, definitely we do experience that, but ultimately it is for some people a bit of a leap. It does push you out of your comfort zone, because you're forced to play a character, and you have to, it's so much more deeper than just running around and looting. Like, you've got to think about every decision you make, every word you say, and how it relates to your
Yeah.
character, or what implications it can have. But when you get stuck in, it is the best thing ever, because
Oh,
it does feel like you're in a whole other world.
There's nothing like a good bout of RP. It really isn't.
Mm.
It adds a whole different flavour to the game. It certainly does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I
Great.
think
You have like an intense standoff with your enemy, or you're like sneaking around their base trying to eavesdrop. Like, or there's reporters and radio hosts that you sell information to.
Or
Like,
you get kidnapped and
it's-
tortured.
Yeah. What's that?
I know you piqued my attention there.
It's great. Or, I remember you've really got to dedicate yourself to it. I remember I was on Livonia, and my character didn't know how to swim, and I literally had to put Dr. Pepper in my mouth and gurgle it just to try and sound like I was drowning. And it went it went through my nose. It was horrible. It came out my nose. I felt like I was actually choking. That's the level of commitment that I went to. But it worked, and yeah, it definitely sounded like I was drowning. So I achieved what I wanted.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of the fear of RP servers and people, hesitant to jump in is also in the early days where there used to be a lot of reprimand for not RPing. So as soon as you broke out a character, or you sort of stepped slightly out of line, you were instantly banned or taken completely out. And a lot of people, I think, fear breaking those rules and getting removed. So it's good that you have that walkthrough effect, especially with your application. You got something wrong here,
Yeah,
but
I
hey,
mean-
this is what you got wrong.
Yeah, exactly. We don't, unless it's very obviously not had attention put into it, or it's people trolling. We do tend to just accept and go through with them in a ticket if there's sort of areas that maybe they didn't answer fully. I don't know, sort of explaining what metagaming is as such. But we do have channels that they can access that sort of goes through those terms and stuff. So if you are new to the roleplay kind of vibe, then you can get a bit clued up with that. I'll refer to that. But yeah, we don't outright ban people. We have a rule break handbook that players and staff can both see. It sort of lists out all the potential rule breaks and what the punishments would be and stuff like that. And it tends to start off with just warnings, and then works its way up to strike 1, 2, and 3. And obviously, once you reach past 3, then it's a ban. But yeah, we tend to stick to that as much as possible. Obviously, there have been some circumstances where we didn't, but yeah, they're extenuating. So
Well, you got
I'm sure you
to
can
take
imagine.
you got to take every case. It's very hard to write the handbook of the rights and wrongs of DayZ. You sort of have to take every case as best as possible. But that's good little guide for your whole team to sort of be able to. They don't have to wait for you guys to come in and make the final decision. They can go, right, you did this wrong. We're going to give them a warning and move straight on with it and get the game going.
Yeah, it's definitely a good system. It's been tried and tested and works quite well. But we also have a channel that says all the different staff positions and what they do and stuff like that as well. So if players aren't too sure what a moderator's duties are, then they can go to that as well, and they'll sort of understand what they can and can't do and where they slot into the running of the server. which has definitely been handy.
Yeah, that's actually quite unique. I haven't seen that in a Discord where you sort of say, this is what our mods do, this is what our admins do, this is what these people do. It gives a lot of information to the crew, because even still, I get admin notices because I may have a special role or something in someone's Discord, but they'll send me and say, hey, can you get me back onto the server, X, Y, and Z? It's like, dude, I got nothing to do with the server. Like, it's got nothing to do with me.
You're just a distant cousin.
That's right. I'm just here to just hang around. I'm the bad smell, but it's no, it's definitely good to give your players direction and stuff like that. Mr. Josie Garfunkel, hello, good sir, very honoured guest. So POIs on the map can add extra wealth to the lore to your players. What's the one that stands out the most, and why?
Oh, that's a difficult question, because I think they all have their own little story.
Yeah, I'm a bit biased on that.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say the bunker or something, aren't you?
No, I was gonna say the fucking Black Lantern gang base, Black Market.
Oh, yeah, we've got a cool underground black market base which we've used for our personal base because it's too good not to use. Now I would say
Well, you got to have the best, don't you?
we gotta have some things, yeah.
Yeah.
We run this. We've allowed our little underground tunnel.
That's it.
I would say the submarine, probably, just for the fact that it does move around, and a lot of players find that and are like, oh, this is pretty cool. But also, players run their own settlements and will sort of add in things for them, like fight rings or certain event hosting files and stuff. And I think they're quite cool. I don't know if you'd constitute them as a POI per se.
No, there's something that you know, it emphasises those little things that make, I suppose, a settlement a home.
Yeah, there's 3 of them at the moment, and one that's also in interest of being made. But yeah, those are our current ones. But as for season 2, which I keep harping on about, but yeah, we're working on a full map overhaul, larger scale POIs. Well, and the mini season, so season 1.2 and 2. We're working on a full map overhaul, larger scale POIs. Corresponding to the new season lore and so much more, and obviously the mini season POI as a whole, which we've got Teabag working on. They're going to be super good. Like, I cannot wait.
That's cool.
But yeah, season
Something
2's got a lot
else
in
that's going to be
store for
exciting
POIs.
is that we may have a group of slave traders that you may know of, Greedy.
Ooh,
I know that you know.
I know the
You
slave
know,
traders.
or you already know what I'm speaking about.
Yeah.
The man, the myth, the man himself, Ad Salem, has joined the server, and we may be having the slave traders, the Third Order, join us.
Ooh, that's going to be very interesting. They're very good at their little slave
I'm
traders.
also reaching out to Peacemaker of the Darkest Midnight, also known as Dan.
Ooh,
We may have them joining us as well, the Cannibal Cult.
damn,
Yeah, there's going to
Very
be
nice.
a few
damn.
big groups
Yeah, I was going to say that's
bringing a different dynamic.
100%.
Well, especially very well known ones.
Fucking,
Especially Dams.
you're going to be busy, aren't you?
DayZ,
You're going to be real busy. You guys aren't going to be playing. You're going to be handling applications and setting stuff up, and monitoring and all sorts of shit. Wow, impressive, very
Ticket
impressive.
galore.
Yeah, I can see why you're excited for season 2 and busting at the chops to try
I'm
and
so
get
ready
it
for it.
out.
Yeah, if I could push it out tomorrow, I would, but we've got to pace ourselves.
Got to be good.
Otherwise, we're going to get
Gotta
wasted.
calm
Yeah.
down. Yeah, that's it.
Rein it in.
It's nothing worse than when you start a server and it's like, right, I'm going to give myself 5 weeks, and then you start talking about people, and then 2 weeks later it's out, 3/4 built, rough as guts, haven't
Yeah.
quite got all the ideas out. Yeah, I'm bad for that. But
Yeah, season 1 was definitely our testing the waters and getting our feet on the ground, but season 2 we're ramping it up. we've seen what these players are capable of. So now we're challenging them.
Getting right in. I tell you what, you've got quite a lot of things in your back pocket, a lot of ace cards. 100%.
Oh, they haven't seen it yet.
The sub is what's been mentioned as the POI from the crowd. So
Yeah.
your subs.
I would say that's a crowd favourite, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, Mr. Q.
No, I was just going to say, you definitely got to see Q jumping in soon. I think second doors, one of the only RP servers I don't think that I've actually tried yet.
Shit.
So,
Well, you're definitely going to be
I
enjoying
don't
that
think
one.
so anyway.
I think so anyway. First person over third person. What are the reasons behind this locked-in point of view?
Okay, that one's an easy one. Long story short, it's more immersive. You know, we're trying to be a roleplay server and play as if we're characters in a real world, and it's not realistic to have a drone behind you, you know, constantly. That's
It's my
that's literally
selfie
the
stick,
reason
I
why.
swear.
Yeah.
No, but it
Yeah,
is.
one
Yeah, that's
thing that
literally
I've
the only
found-
reason why.
One thing I found quite disappointing in a lot of RP servers that I've joined is a lot of them do still allow third person, and I find it is a lot less immersive.
It definitely has its perks, don't get me wrong, like, you know, you can take some cool photos with it if you don't have a cameraman or camerawoman and stuff like that, but that's really the only sort of perk to it in a roleplay server. But even then, I mean, our server doesn't slow down on that at all. We have a photo competition and people make some cool photos with their mates, so...
I like group photos, like take a photo of your squad, take a photo of your duo.
Yeah, or like just the landscape as well. And obviously the winner of each week goes on our server banner. So we're waiting on the next one.
That's cool.
Probably.
I think they go on the website as well, don't they, Chloe?
Yeah, and they go on our website. Yeah, all the winners featured on the website too.
So TikTok, website, Discord, anywhere else?
Well, I post on Facebook, but that's on my personal. I probably need to make a second on Facebook. That's on my to-do list now. Reddit. I believe we have a YouTube account as well. That'll be a question for Iris.
Yeah, we do.
She's the one. Yeah, we do. We have a YouTube account.
Oh, well, you'll have to give
as
me
well.
give me all your links and stuff. Send it to me in a DM, and I'll put them all in the video. That way, people can contact you right.
Then
across
there's
the
also
network.
my TikTok as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've got
you're
our partners who are content creators that have their TikToks on the server as well, featured and on the website. So. not just
Except
our
I've been it with his
personal
shadow ban, fucking...
you got to get a good shadow ban, especially since we're in such a violent game. Nothing like getting banned off a good
ones.
shot.
Yeah. You know you're doing it right when you get shadow banned.
100%.
Really
It
attracting
was
someone's
because I
attention.
hit a 911 meter shot. TikTok didn't like
No.
that I posted a screenshot with 911 in it.
Oh.
Oh. Oh no. Wow.
That's insane.
That is insane, isn't it? That just shows you how inhuman the monetization is. That's crazy. Anyway, 9/11
It is
gets
just
done.
AI, isn't it?
Yeah, just AI looking for stuff and picking up stuff. So how long have you guys been involved in RP servers, and what made you get into them?
Okay, so me personally, I've sort of been involved in roleplay communities across a few games, mostly GTA Online, Red Dead Online,
Yep.
Conan Exiles I spent a lot of time on, and some close friends of mine, big up Spells if he's watching, encouraged me to play DayZ. And like a lot of people, I was reluctant as I had a miserable first experience on the game
Yep.
because I jumped straight into official, I starved to death, and I was like, fuck this. It's like I got it refunded. And then I wasn't a fan. And
No,
then my
a lot of
mate told
people
me,
are.
"Oh, come on, there's a roleplay server." Yeah, it was not great. But then I found a roleplay server with my friend who encouraged me to get back into it. And immediately I was hooked. It was not what I expected, obviously going from official to a roleplay server. It was definitely night and day. And since then, that's all I've done. And it's been close to 2 years now that I've been in the DayZ community, sort of in roleplay servers, dotting around.
Nice.
That's me personally. As for Ryan,
Yeah, come on,
share his own
that's
story.
it.
I've been within the DayZ RP world since it dropped on console. My PC blew up early 2019 and just didn't ever bother to replace it or buy a new GPU for it. So I just bought an Xbox and off I went, really. Met an awesome group of people. About a year after joined that first RP server, we created the second Dawn on the first time round. And basically been here ever since. During that time I met Greedy and Smiley and the others in the console cult, and yeah.
The rest is
And then you
all.
met me.
Yeah. When did?
And then I met this
Stuck
fucker,
with me
yeah.
now.
Yeah, how did this united form happen?
We met on a different server, and I was living in Gorka, and his group wasn't a fan of me living in Gorka at the time because I played a reporter who was very nosy, got in everyone's business, and annoyed the absolute fuck out of everyone.
Right.
So
Right. Now tell the truth.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Right.
Her group pissed my group off, and what was actually going to happen was I was going to kidnap all of them and torture them for about a week.
yeah, I escaped that fate.
And now here we are.
Friends. Not the
Enemies to
blonde
friends.
snake reporter. Is that what you were called? The blonde snake
Yeah.
reporter.
Oh no, I was. What? No, what is it you called me? Oh, I had a nickname. I've had a few nicknames before, but
Yeah.
I can't remember what your group used to call me. Oh, it will come to me in a minute. It was something like
Trash
stupid
reporter.
but I can't remember the exact words. Yeah. My character was corrupt as shit. She I was playing a game the whole time, and I remember at the end of the season, I gathered so much intel on people. I had, moles everywhere, and at the end of the season, I just wrote articles and exposed everyone for their dirty deeds, and it caused so much drama. It was great.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it was awful. But obviously,
There's been a couple
his
of
group, I
responses
was
that have been
cushy
banned
with
in
them.
chat that have described you. I won't repeat them.
That was me. Trash reporter. Yes. Lady
Yeah.
Pons, that was it. Trash reporter. Her character hated mine. It was so good.
But
Yeah,
that's
so
a very
that's
interesting
how we
aspect.
met.
That was way
Yeah.
back when mine and Ponce's character got married. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, well, they're all sharing in the chat about our other characters.
Let's see,
We
Bubbles
had another
and
group that
Giblets.
me and so... This doesn't sound good without context.
Bubbles.
Giblets.
Bubbles and Giblets.
So-
If you
we
want
ran
to
a
find
group
out, get
of,
involved in the Discord.
Yeah, it was good. So we had a group of ex-circus performers that were all orphans that ended up in an institute that basically brainwashed and tortured us. So we were all very special in our own ways. And Ryan was with us. He played Tickles. And I was playing Bubbles, and Bubbles was a ex-contortionist turned psychopath. And she wore an orange bucket hat and and a dress. And I remember this was the funniest roleplay interaction I think I ever had, because she had a very childlike mind, and I remember there was like someone arranged a date with my character, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be so awkward. my character acts like a child. And then I remember I thought it would be really funny if I convinced my character, like if I made portrayed my character as if she was terrified of men, and if men breathed on her, she'd think she would get pregnant. So she used to like wear a gas mask and start crying if people like men were near her because she thought she was going to get pregnant. It's the most unhinged. Yeah.
Bubbles
Yeah,
was
I had a whole
also
date outfit.
absolutely terrified of chickens. So my character Tickles would constantly
Yeah.
come up behind her and go,
Yeah, awful. So awful. Oh, it was it was such a fun group to play. I will always
Yeah.
have a place in my heart. In fact, I was really tempted to get a orange bucket hat tattooed on me, but I've not gone that far yet.
Not gone that far yet. Yet.
Yet.
But no, yeah.
It's
The
still in the back
circus
of my
group were
mind.
getting called. Someone was a fortune teller, palm reader.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We had a ventriloquist, a magician, abracadabra. Oh, who else did we have? We had
Tightroper.
Happy. Yeah, you were Tickles the tightroper. We had Happy, who was a strong man. And he used to wear a hockey mask because he got all of his teeth ripped out because he kept biting the doctors. Yeah, that's why he had to wear a hockey mask. Yeah, it was crazy.
that
Yeah, that was our little band of freaks.
your little freak show.
Yeah. We
That-
even hosted a full-on show.
Well, you had a
And we went for a
circus.
magician. Yeah, we had a full set. We had Clown Town, which was our like outpost, and it had
oh, that
spooky
was fucking
fog
awesome.
and like broken Ferris wheels with hanging bodies on it. And I remember we hosted a talent show or like a festival with all of our characters and their acts. And I remember the magician Abracadabra, who's also the admin on the server now. He convinced the audience that he had explosives hidden under their chairs and that he was going to blow it up. And it never happened, obviously, because it's all fake.
Yeah.
Everyone was like terrified, putting their guns out. Ah! Yeah, just had to be there. It was so good.
And I think that's what takes RPs to the next level. Is it's the memories that you share, the characters that are made, those sorts of things. They embed. You can remember this fight and you can remember that fight, but as you go on there, a lot of people are remembering these past characters that really made impact and made someone's gaming more enjoyable.
Yeah, there have been some amazing scenes with people. I mean, Nova Zenith, who's in the chat at the moment, I remember there was the torture scene with him, and honestly, it was as if I was watching a movie. The level of voice acting and like realism, he was screaming down the mic when he was getting tortured. It was so good.
Oh, I love
I would
Nova.
do that myself. I've
His
got
level of
neighbours and the
RP is
police will
amazing.
get called on me, so I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some really, really good role players.
I always
And,
wonder
like,
that.
being able to cry on command as well. It's a skill. Yeah, I
Jeez.
brought a tear stick to try and get me to cry. So I literally brought a tear stick to force me to cry for some of these scenes. 'Cause I can't do it.
Yeah. It's amazing what other people's neighbours would think sometimes when you're deep into role play, you get right involved in it, you're yelling, screaming, you're being tortured, you're crying your eyes out. Or even the people in your house who don't know about, you play DayZ, but here you are, sounding like you're getting tortured. You're rude.
Oh, I've had police have come and do a welfare check before because I was doing a torture scene and my neighbours, I left my window open because it was the middle of the summer and my nuts were sweating. And my neighbours called the police to come and do a welfare check because I was torturing somebody and I was playing the character a bit too well. And they came in. I told them it was all DayZ RP, showed them like the game that I was playing, and they basically shook their heads and walked back out.
Oh my god. Yeah, luckily
They thought
I've
I was
not
an
had that
absolute
happen.
freak.
I've had it where my twin sister took the piss out of me because I was playing a Southern American character. I cannot do accents, and I was trying to do some like Southern Texan accent. It was horrific, and my sister used to overhear me doing it. And I remember coming up with some elaborate story that I was infiltrating an American-only game, and I had to put on an accent so they didn't think I was British. I don't think I sold it very well, but that was my excuse.
Didn't want to
Yeah, that was
confess.
very embarrassing.
Didn't want to confess.
Oh, when I was playing Tickles, the looks that my wife would give me. Oh God. Whenever I go tickle, 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 just oh God, the looks she would give me.
Yeah, see, I played a cannibal doctor who got fascinated by eating people's guts in the early days of RPs, and
Oh,
he had a very weird voice on him, and my wife would shudder every time I used his voice, to the point that she would go and do something else away from where I was, so she didn't have to listen to it for the 3 hours. So, yeah.
yeah, you've got to have a screw loose up there, so I feel like you really do,
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
you've got to put away all your dignity for some of these characters and just embrace it.
That's it.
Like, it's not dignified at all.
No.
Something that Clubby doesn't know yet, but I'm not going to bring it back for season 2, but possibly for season 3. You might remember back on the original Second Dawn, the half-breeds, the ones that
Fuck, I
come out
can't
of
get
nowhere
I
and
can't
be
get
like,
the noise out of my fucking head.
Yeah.
I still
I may
remember
bring
that.
those
What the
back for
hell
season
is that
3.
fucking noise? You're right, I'm just... yeah. You're going to bring it
How
back
did
with
you even
season
achieve
3.
that noise?
I got no idea. That's what was
a
weird
lot of
about
gin
it.
and
Yeah.
losing your dignity.
But you played a few good characters like that, where you've really interacted and taken a step outside of just the normal character and played, something that's totally obscure to just being a survivor. Yeah, that and those clicking noises. That I could never get out of my bloody head over a grabbing. That's fucking them.
It's those big groups that have that like audio cue that you just know immediately is them, which are just terrifying.
Yeah.
I love that kind of level of interaction, because it does send shivers down your spine, because you're like, oh my god, it's them.
And it gives that same
It's good.
response as like you're in a gas strike. Like it doesn't matter what you're doing, you instantly stop. You've got to look
Fight or
around.
flight.
Yeah, fight or flight. Do I get out of here? Do I run? Yeah, that was over a grabbing. I'll never forget that. And everyone panicking. And I'm like, what's going? Why are the actual people on the server panicking? They shouldn't be panicking. Am I supposed to be panicking?
Yeah, and that's just the level of interactions and gameplay experience that you don't really get unless you go in roleplay servers. Like, it is a whole different world.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, speaking of which, what do you define as role playing?
Oh, see that.
That's a
That's
hard
a
question.
For everyone. Yeah, I think everyone interprets it differently. But in my eyes, it's more than just acting out a character's actions or speaking in a voice. It's about fully inhabiting a persona of a character you've created, understanding their backstory, their motivations, how they might react to certain things. So, like, it's really difficult trying to do, especially if you play a character that's completely left field, because every choice you make, although in real life you might feel differently, you've got to think about what would your character do based on their background and their traits. But it doesn't have to be perfect or scripted. It's, roleplay is messy and raw and sometimes completely unpredictable. Like, you have to just sort of roll with it. But the main thing is, if you stay true to your character and engage with others in a way that deepens and experiences players, whether your character's a hardened mercenary, a refugee, a scientist, a cannibal, any of those things, their actions and relationships and choices is what drives the story forward. So that's how I would define role playing, is putting it in that way.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think you definitely nailed it then.
Obviously, everyone would have different interpretations of it. I think ultimately, it is, playing a character and their motivations and stuff is tailored to what their backstory is.
Yeah. Yeah, 100% agreed. Step into your character's shoes and live those shoes, and you'll never have a problem with role playing.
And commit to it 100%. Go big or go home.
That's
you know?
it.
That's what makes it so good.
That's it.
You've got to just let loose.
Get the cops called on you.
You know what? We should make that a medal in the server.
That's
We
it.
should. If you get the cops called on you, you get an award or something, or recognition. At least there's some benefit to it.
Also, I think something that also sets us apart is that something that I've experienced it just as a player, in a lot of roleplay servers, like if you kidnap an owner or you have hostile interactions with a staff member or an owner, you get seriously reprimanded or fucking punished for it.
Or ostracized, yeah.
Yeah, like not on Second Dawn. If you want to kidnap me, if I don't have my staff gear on, kidnap me, fucking torture me, kill me, like, do whatever you want to do. Like if it's within RP and I'm not in staff gear, I'm all for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice. It's not going to affect
Right,
your
if someone kidnaps
reputation on
me,
server.
I'll scream down the mic. Best believe I'll make a show of it.
And I suppose kidnapping the
No.
owners, you'll get a better show, you know, because they're right in the depths of it. They're willing to give not only themselves an experience, but they want to give the player an amplified experience.
Definitely, we're not backseat owners. We jump in and get involved. Like next season, we've got our own faction that we're in. That's going to bring some cool stories together. We're going to be a group of smugglers. So yeah, like punching bricks. So yeah, because ultimately we made this server for, for us and our friends, and to give the community a server to call home and play on. But I want to play as well. So like,
Yeah, yep.
I'm all for it in character stuff. Yeah.
No, that's
It's
cool.
my playground as much as anyone else's.
That's it. I built this playground. I want to play too. Otherwise, I'm taking my bat and ball and going home.
On Discord, I'm the owner, but in game, I'm a player. Like,
Yep.
Treat me like anybody else.
Yeah. 100%. So this is where you have to sort of control yourself. But what does the future hold for the Second Dawn? What can you tell us about the upcoming season? What can you slightly give us a little bit of information that maybe that we shouldn't be saying? And of course, people in the chat, if you've got any questions, this is your time to drop it for the guys. We'll and not about what's happening on season 2. This is all your information you can get. You can say
Sure.
we will say nothing. I will 100% understand.
We'll see how it goes.
I
Okay.
reckon give a half little slip tease about
Yeah.
the
I
Second
think for
Dawn
those that have
settlement
tuned
and
in, they deserve a
like-
little teaser. Yeah, definitely.
A little slice.
So, yeah, little slice. So the future of Second Dawn, it's as uncertain and thrilling as the world we've built. It's unpredictable. We've seen incredible stories unfold in the server so far. Alliances form, betrayals. We've got reporters that do daily news articles. So there's a lot going on at the moment. In the short term, we're focused on continuing to evolve the world and the lore through player-driven actions and consequences. And as the story progresses, players will find themselves not only reacting to the world, but shaping its very future as well. So we'll tailor our lore and our events to the world and the sort of impact that players have had. But looking forward, Season 2 will change absolutely everything players know about safety and survival. Like, there's so much going into it. And the walls of your base may seem like a haven now. They won't hold forever. And the pressure's mounting. The world is changing, both from the outside and within. Expect new, unpredictable factions, POIs. Resources are becoming scarcer. Danger is everywhere. But
There will also
the
be
real
new
kicker.
tier levels.
Yep.
Let
There's gonna be
me
new
just
tier
interject with that,
levels.
and then you can give the juicy.
Go on. Yeah.
But
go on.
obviously, Greedy, you know about tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4.
Yep.
What about live or fucking die? Because that's what the bunkers, because we are building multiple of them. And it's not going to be, oh, we're just going to go on a bunker run and go and get mad tons of loot. No, it's going to be, you're going to go there and have to seriously think about how you plan out entering, getting through it, and then returning out of it. Because the bunkers aren't going to be tier 4 or tier 3. They will be, you will either live and make it through it, or you will die.
Yeah, we
Hectic.
ain't playing around.
Yeah, hectic.
And you might make a friend with a zombie that blows up in your face. You never know. You don't know what they're gonna do.
Just be careful what you shoot.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, precisely.
And where you step.
Yeah, where you step.
Yeah, we've got the bunkers are gonna be definitely gonna be a big part of it. But yeah, the real kicker at the end of season 1. This is as far as I will go.
Yes.
At the end of season 1, players are going to be forced to flee their homes as refugees, escaping the very lives they fought so hard to secure and live in. A new location will open up, wink wink nudge nudge teabag. New threats will appear and everything you've built so far will either be lost or serve as a stepping stone to the next chapter of the story. So in the long run, the future of Second Dawn will be in the hands of the players. The choices that they make now will resonate in seasons to come. We've planned it ahead. You know, these choices that people make going into this next season is going to be story defining.
Ooh.
And I mean it for real. Like, a lot of servers sort of say that but don't follow it through. But when I say we are following it through, and it will have an impact. So that's as much as I'll say.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So there you go. That's all you're getting.
That's all you get. Sorry, guys.
That's hectic, but a death bunker. Yeah, and have to abandon your homes. That's going to be hectic. I like that sort of a concept. Everything that you're not really
the biggest
merging
thing,
onto a
yeah.
second season, are you? You're progressing the story along and moving the story along.
Yeah, and there won't be a wipe either. A lot of times, people will do wipes each season. Unfortunately, Natrado did a fucky wucky, and we had to wipe the server halfway through season 1. So that was one of the reasons why we don't want to do it. But also, it doesn't make sense. You're only abandoning your homes. You're not tearing them down. So shit's also going to be there. But you're having to abandon it. You've got no choice. I won't reveal why or what the threat is that's looming. But you're good. Yeah, players are going to have to go.
That's it.
And go where, you might ask, or
Start
you'll have to
packing your
find-
bags, people. But if you do,
Yeah.
that means you're metagaming, so you'll be banned. So don't start packing your
The only
bags
thing I
yet.
will say is that they will be locked into a specific area, and that's all that
Yep.
I'm saying. There will be
yeah.
no way of exit, including
Wow.
death. If you kill yourself, you will just respawn back within
Back
the
there.
specific area.
Yeah. And there is a little teaser trailer that we did about a week ago that had a hint to where this location might be. If people have
And you
paid
can find
attention,
that on my
there's a lot of
TikTok.
hints. Yeah. It's all there. If people look hard enough, they'll see it.
There you go. So
It's all teased.
jump across to the
Yeah.
Spider-Man's TikTok. Get that extra. We'll attach a little a link to it in the video. That way, everyone can see all the different parts, and that way you can track what's going on. That's. Do you have any questions for him, Mr. Q? Chat. Do you guys have some questions for him before I rat off my my 10 fast questions?
What's that? What's the Discord? Can we get the Discord posted in the chat?
Yes, we can.
Just because
That's it.
Yeah.
I will be joining.
Well, the Discord is super easy to remember. It is just all lowercase Second Dawn RP.
Yeah.
That's it. Or if you don't want to type it, there it is there. Because we're all lazy. It's easier just to click.
I call it efficient. We're efficient people.
Do one Samwise Gamito. Ha. What does that mean?
Just roasting it.
I don't know what you're on about. Ponce,
it.
you sound like a dolphin, mate.
Oh, glad you give Ponce heaps. Ponce gives the server a massive raps. She absolutely loves her time there. Absolutely loves her time.
She's one of our partners as well. She's partnered up with us with our TikTok and stuff, which you can find on our website and in our Discord as well. Cheeky little plug for Ponce.
We also have, if you know of him, Freshly Helpers as well within SDRP. Obviously ads as well.
Oh, and the
Nice.
big
Apart
one
from that-
that we got today.
Yeah.
forget
Oh,
them.
yeah. And the
Oh,
big
I
one today.
I was
is-
gonna mention
is
it.
Eyes of Ive and CDS.
There you go. Officially partnered with CDS and I Survive, which is absolute. That's
Yeah.
Not
hectic.
just that, but we are the only server ever to have a CDS partnership.
Yep. And it's you have to go through.
It's big.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive. I mean, I've been with CDS and Teabag for years and years now, and it's very, very. They're very, very strict on who they take in, who they look after, because of how much they've been in the game so long. They know the corruption and stuff out there, and they just try and do a pure, clean community. So, no, big congratulations. They're absolute legends. I think you got the right people backing your coding and your builds with CDS.
Oh yeah.
And not only that,
It's gonna be a good partnership.
yeah, and not only that, they not only build stuff for you, but they also help you learn stuff and how to fix stuff and how to do it on the spot, and they teach you the coding themselves. So yeah, big raps to CDS.
Yeah. No, they're awesome. I'm super stoked that we've got a partnership with them, and I look forward to all the projects that we're gonna have with them for Second Dawn.
That's it. All the
sure.
tidbits. All the tidbits. That's what you want. The
Oh, yeah.
tidbits. The little things that come with it because they do some hectic stuff.
It's gonna set us apart big time.
Yeah, big time. 100%. Big shout out to CDS Custom DayZ Services. We don't have our theme song.
Yeah, the
person.
link and that is also on our website and Discord if you want to check them out. It's all there as well.
All right, quick fire questions. So these are 10 questions. They've got 2 answers. You just got to give me your first answer. You can both answer at the same time. But here we go. Base builder or nomad?
Does greedy smell? Yes.
There's not 2 answers for that. It's does greedy smell nice? It's does greedy smell terrible? But base builder or nomad?
Nomad. I spent too many years base building, so yeah, no, fuck all that. Nomad.
I say nomads
Say
because I'm
no.
lazy.
M4 AK.
Oh,
Scorpion.
Ooh, that's not one of the options.
I'd probably go M4.
You always got to break the rules, don't you? Always got to break the rules. It's 2 answers. Pick one.
Out of those two, probably M4.
M4. Sniper or close quarters?
Sniper.
Did I say both?
You can say both. I like both. No, one only.
Make it difficult for him.
That's it.
I'm gonna say sniping someone from 1,000 meters is a lot more therapeutic than gunning down 12 people at the same time.
Oh, I don't know.
That's fine.
That's it. Beans or spaghetti?
Beans. Come on, I'm British.
Spaghetti.
That's your jet traitor. Mine's beans.
Gas, man.
Oh my god.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all part of the experience.
That's part of it, isn't it?
That's what you pay for, yeah.
I don't eat beans because my farts are like a chemical weapon.
Yeah, that's why I don't eat them
Yeah,
either.
that's a good thing. Use that.
Faction or lone wolf?
Faction.
First answer, lone wolf, but I do like a faction.
Yeah.
Except I won't ever drop my duo Billy. He is my absolute baby boy. I love him to bits.
That's technically faction then. Sneakers or boots?
Oh,
Boots.
sneakers.
Um,
You can tell we're wearing them right now.
yeah, ghillie or bag?
Giddy.
Gilly.
Blaze or tundra?
Place.
Ooh. No, Tundra. No, you couldn't have put Savannah, you bastard.
Nah.
No, Tundra.
Chinaris or Livonia?
Livonia.
Livonia.
Hero or villain?
Villain.
Villain, obviously.
Yeah,
What's the
nice.
best one?
Very, very nice. All right.
It's so much better when you know that the server hates you. It feels.
Yeah, I'm not good at playing a good guy.
I think it's.
I'd rather be hated.
In an RP situation, I think it's harder to play the bad guy than it is to play the good guy. The good guy everybody loves, everybody's
Yeah.
easy, you can walk up and talk, but it's very hard for people to talk, to the bad guy and get an RP going. They're just like, you've done all this bad stuff, we just want to kill you, but no, you can't. You need to give at least a little performance before you start murdering.
It's easy to be, well, not easy, but it's easier to be a great hero than it is to be a great villain, because with a villain you've got to tackle the MOC side of it as well, which unfortunately plagues every server. And if you're going around just gunning people down and there's not a rhyme or reason to it, there's no peaks or valleys to your character's story or why they made those actions, then people just get peeved. So you've got to really put in the grind initially to get the rapport out of character with players to play a good villain.
Yeah.
It's definitely not an easy
You've got
act
to build
to
your backstory and get people to slowly hate you rather than to instantly hate you for your one action.
That's what I did with my reporter character. Obviously, she was hated, but it wasn't like it was just trash report and little comments like that. But then by the end of it, I was despised. People really
I
did
hated
not
you.
like me. Yeah, like it was that slow build up of like, oh, she's just a stupid reporter, she's naive, and then it was like, oh shit, actually, she knows too
Fucking
much.
Grace Walker.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, big up Grace Walker.
That is hilarious. I do like that aspect of being a reporter and then filtering out everyone's dirt on the last couple of weeks of the server's
Every
season.
good roleplay server I've been in has had amazing reporters or news articles, because that pushes the story so much, and it really is a bread and butter. Like, and you do feel a certain type of way when you see your name on the article. You're like, oh, it's like a recognition, but also like an old fuck moment, because you don't know what they're saying,
Yeah.
and everyone reads it.
Yeah. No, that's wicked. That is absolutely wicked. That's all the questions that I have for Mr. Q. You've done your run through. So we're gonna move on to Mr. Q's news for the day. Do you want to fire away on that? I'm assuming it's about what happened during the week.
All right. Yep. So we got update 127.3 coming, which fixed a few things. Fixed another dupe export, fixed garden plots not growing properly, fixed the light attack incorrectly being a heavy attack, which I actually never noticed. Don't know if anyone else noticed that one. But one of the biggest things is they fixed an inventory. They fixed a player been doing something with the walls and walls not spawning properly, and inadvertently made it 10 times worse, where people were loading in after server resets and having whole walls and gates deleted from their base. On community and official. More so official, I think the problem was with, though.
Yeah. Community copped it a little bit. Official copped it completely. Were you guys affected by this little update?
Actually, no. Surprisingly not.
No, we
I know a lot
were
of
on
servers
it
that
way
have.
too quick.
Yeah.
Mm.
Neither of my servers were
Well, there
I
affected
remember
either.
messaging him like, quick! Alarm! Something's happened. Yeah, we were on it straight away.
Well, for anyone that doesn't know, the fix for it is quite easy. So, reverting edit config files, type names watchtowers, check cheat to 1. Type name fences, check cheat to 1 also. And the config ignore list XMLs. If anyone's having problems with it. Ooh, look at that. Q bringing in technical data. What's going on?
100%. I'm impressed. Trying to flex out before Mr. Teabag arrives.
My issue with the whole problem is base building on official is already almost fucking pointless because you're just getting wiped and rated off the map so hard. Is that going to push people away from base building even more?
Well, with the outcry of people losing walls and gates, I actually think I found out what the reason was that actually happened. I think they used old code. It initially
Yeah, that's
happened.
what it looked like to me.
Yeah, 1.27 initially the same problem come out. Patch 1 they fixed it. Patch 2 came out, the same stuff. But patch 3 they only did an experimental on PC. And I actually made comment that why is experimental only getting done on PC? And what you could see they've just copied over whatever was needed to onto the old sets of files and then released it. They never actually configured the console version. They just copied over whatever they needed and pushed it out as fast as possible. They didn't even test it. And that's why it caused absolute mayhem. Some servers just lost all their bases. There was a lot of rollbacks put into the community. People, adjusting and rolling back. I know Scrubby Tsunami server, who's just literally just kicked off. All his bases got taken out. So, unfortunately, that one comes down to BI and not doing thorough testing before they throw out the right version. I understand they probably tested it on the PC, added the bits across, and then moved it out.
So yeah, just standard as usual. We're left in the background at a second thought.
Yeah.
Which is something that I thought that they were slowly moving away from, but the fucking motherfuckers still put us last.
Yeah. But that's
Something that I'd like to see from... Oops, sorry, Grady.
No, go.
Something that I'd like to see from the DayZ devs is I'm trying to figure out and fix all these netcut duping issues and all of that type of shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they have, and their update, and the latest update, update 3, they did fix one of the duping issues. But the problem is with the duping issues is you're never going to fix it. It's just, they're always going to find another way.
Yep. And there's too much money in it.
Mm.
There's too much money in it. $10 a kit. Kit gets delivered to you in whatever server. They just walk straight up to you, drop it in your underneath. Cash app's done. With modern technology these days, it's not like you got to make a mail order and send the $5 across, overseas to Jimmy who's waiting for his mail order to get. It's 2 seconds you can cash app it across, and in 5 minutes you got yourself a kit, fully kitted.
I think it even goes further than just the money thing. Because if you ever look online now and about how many people are duping, there's actually giant factions of dupers. That's all they do. Whether it's because they can't be bothered playing the game how it wants to be played, or that's just how they've played the game for the last 2 years. So people like that, you're never going to squash a faction that's like 30, 40 people deep, and there's probably multiples of those sorts of factions.
Oh, Q, mate, there's a Facebook group on Facebook that's an entire Facebook page. It's got about 30,000. It's got like 30,000 members, and it's all selling duped kits or teaching people to dupe or doing netcut methods. It's ridiculous.
Yep. No, it is. I used to be part of one. Dupers Lives Matter, which is one of the Facebook groups I was on, and that's quite a big community of dupers that are just, just show people dupes, exploits, all sorts. I think you're just going to get that with a game like DayZ no matter what.
Yeah.
Most
There's always going to be
games,
people
there's-
that want the easy road.
Mhm.
And,
It's like
and
community servers are lucky to have bot developers that are smart enough and just have the brains to be able to incorporate into their bots like dupe detection and like netcut like attacks and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we're lucky that we do have community servers. I think if we didn't have community servers, we'd be screwed. Our servers would end up
plagued,
being like,
yeah.
I'd be
would
still
it'd be almost
duping.
unplayable.
I'd be still duping.
yeah.
Oh yeah, same here.
Because like
These are reformed.
yeah, well, I had the Skinwalkers, which was like 36-man faction, and multiple. You had a UK, a US, and an Australian division.
Oh, that brought shudders to me, mate.
Yeah, and when the faction eventually decided it was going to go clean and not dupe anymore, it fell apart because it was just too easy to get enough supplies in one day to be able to dupe all the building supplies we could ever need for building a base and do it, put a base up in one session. But not only that, drop a god tent at the back of Selinsky, kit up 10 guys with full kits in less than 5 minutes. It was just too easy, and trying to reform it was just impossible. The faction fell apart at all because people just wanted it easy. You join a faction, especially with dupers, because I can get on in 5 minutes' time. I've got a full kit, and we can just storm the coast and murder, rob, and kill anyone we see.
And I think that's what keeps dupers alive, is that whole simplicity and easiness of it, which I've never quite understood. Why wouldn't you just jump in a community server and do that? Yeah. Why would you just go onto official or just constantly dupe?
Because when you're in that situation, and why we used to do it is official was the only place that we could play. So when we got
I understand
but
that.
when we got a god tent, that was just like, our numbers grew, exponentially because you didn't have to do anything. People would just log in fresh. We would have people waiting for us at the farmhouse at the back of Selinsky because once we were finished with the gear, they could grab whatever they wanted. So people that didn't want it part of the faction, they were just using us as loot mules. So like, we asked, can we have what's left when you finish? Yeah, guys, whatever. But it was just that, in 5 minutes, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Everybody's ready to go. I mean, if anyone's trying to get a
I
group
suppose
together,
as well, if you've got a job,
yeah, that's the other thing.
does that
Yeah,
appeal? If you haven't got the
But then
time
that-
to grind it out, that can probably push you
But
to
then
do
that's
stuff
why I
like that as
say-
well.
But now there's plenty of community servers where you can jump in and get that instant gratification. Where you don't have to grind for 2 hours. You can jump in and have a half an hour stint and still feel like you've got yourself fully kitted and you found good PvP.
yeah. I think it's also the power trip. I mean, we walk down the main road of the coastlines on Chinaris, 10 deep, fully kitted, because nothing could really stop us. So, we just grab people and just be like, yep, you're doing this. Yep, you're doing this. Yeah. It was the power trip, I think, also goes along with it. Like we owned 2 servers and no one could rival us because we were just too big. And what happens when we died? I've still got 5 alts. So I got 5 alts. One had a god kit on it, and the other 4 were fully kitted. You can't come back from that. Yeah, it's a god complex. Yeah, but yeah, the net cut. That's a hard one. That's a weird thing to do. If anyone doesn't know what the net cut they're talking about, That's where you actually slow your net down to the point that your client side on your game, so your game, you can do things, and then like driving, when your car goes all crazy and bounces around the road, that's what they're doing with netcut. That's how they figured that out. They basically
Or for example,
yeah, go.
yeah, or for example, you could say you've only got a pistol, but you come into, like, you find a group of 15 people, but you've got a Glock with 15 rounds. You use your net cut, slap each of them in the head with a round, and obviously they're dead on your screen. You bring your net back up, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, da 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 da," talking, and then just all drop down dead. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it slows down the game on yours. It's like being in the Matrix, except it's fully cheating.
That's probably the best explanation of it. It's just like being in the Matrix.
Like being in the Matrix, and
Yeah.
you slow it all down. Yeah, but that's the only way they're doing it. And they got, Jupiter's have got dual consoles and all sorts of things to try and get this duping method going. Back in the day, all you had to do was drop your gear, log out, drop your gear, then stop it, then re-kick it off, and it would do it. So, DayZ have tried to stop this, but no matter what, as Q brings up, there is really no stopping them. There is a big market for them. There's a flex for it. There's notoriety for it. So you're never going to...
And it's only getting bigger as well.
And it's only getting bigger. And
Yeah.
you do find it on communities.
Yeah, but not so much so, because it's like they were saying, there are a lot of bots and a lot of good admins and stuff that'll pick it up straight away these days.
Yeah.
Now, you find a duper may get into your server, but he's not going to last any more than a day or two.
Correct. And this is what's important about the application processes that we were talking about earlier on RP servers. It's a massive deterrent for the gooses, for the trolls, for anyone like that who's not coming in to actually play the server, enjoy the server, and get involved. Pay for server resets that are automatic. Fucking bastards. We literally just looped daylight saving, so it changed this morning. So I've got to go back through and change all my servers and...
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, bugger everything. He got himself a better gun.
Time travellers.
What do you mean a better gun? There is no better gun. Get fucked.
Fucking VSD with a wooden handle. I'm still disappointed on that gun. I am looking forward to the roadmap and seeing what's happening in the next little...
Yeah, don't be disappointed with the Dragonite.
You can shoot me later. The new little pistol that's coming out looks all right. And a couple of little scopes. Have you guys seen the roadmap for the DayZ?
I actually
Yeah, it
haven't.
does look good.
Oh, I'm going to have to check it out now.
Yeah, so they shadowed one of the guns out, just put the silhouette, and they put a couple of scopes on, but they basically mapped out to, I think it's February next year of the path they're going and what direction they're taking. So
Alright.
obviously it's going to be packed full of updates to Sakau. Yeah, I don't know.
Well needed.
Yeah, well,
Well overdue.
they should have just put it all in there when they first released it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sakau's is a question I often get running the server as well. Do you plan on going to Sakau for one of the seasons? And I'm like, it's a nice map. Like, I don't dislike the map, but it's missing some charm, life to it. Like, it's not.
My simple answer for that is yes, but I would like to either commission from Teabag or do it ourselves or a bit of both. Personally, I think Sakau needs a massive overhaul, like with Project Lemon's Zigoria server.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of POI
Needs a lot of
work
added
in it.
attention. Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And not only that, the unfortunate with Sakau and what the DayZ devs didn't realise is they didn't take the lesson from Livonia. How often did you see community servers go into Livonia? Not often. Why? Because they're not on the Game Pass. And Game Pass is a major part of, DayZ and DayZ console gaming. And if it's not on there, you're going to lose a lot of people. So it's only the people who bought it that can play. And then you're shrinking your community down, to very fine tune.
I think it's further than that though. Sakau does feel unfinished. It does. Like I love Livonia. Yeah, I paid for Livonia, and I still go and play Livonia. I paid for Sakau. I don't really like it. I don't like going and playing it. It's too much of a grind to play. Like I love hardcore, but I don't love having to have a fire fucking constant. I hate having to be constantly cold and I don't know. I just don't like the flow of the map. Everything about it annoys me. But the biggest thing that annoys me is the devs are just focusing on Sakau and that's it. And I forgot about poor old Shannara Livonia.
Yeah.
Greedy, I don't suppose it'd be okay. I won't mention any names or the server, etc., because obviously we keep things civil and we don't bring beef, etc.
Yeah.
But I've just noticed somebody joined your stream, hasn't spoken or anything, but somebody who, from a previous server, made several allegations about myself and SDRP, mainly about stealing files and all this type of thing.
You want to put something on the record? Yeah, you can put it on the record.
I'm going to come right up into the camera for this one.
I'll get in first person then.
This is intense.
He said our server would be dead straight off the ground, huh? Guess he's got an empty fucking server now, huh? But the main thing from that is, he said we steal files, bollocks, because all the coding for Second Dawn was done by myself for Second Dawn. All of the dev work was done by devs on Second Dawn for Second Dawn. He knows who he is, and, well, his hairline's not going to get pushed back any more than it already is. So, yeah, I'll leave it as that. Second Dawn will return eventually to the top spot, but yeah. Apart from that, it's all love to everybody, and everybody that is on that server, I love you, I miss you, and someday I hope to play with you again.
There you go. So if you know, you know.
It's an awkward situation.
Basically, yeah.
It's an awkward situation.
It is.
We'll say we had a difficult exit from a server that resulted in a lot of drama, as it does with some people in some groups. Allegations were made about us when we did leave that were false and have been proven to be false on numerous occasions. Obviously, it did and still does continue to have an impact on us running the server, because often at times if we create content on TikTok or such, and you get a lot of people commenting and trolling on them, based on that kind of reputation that they've forced upon us. But we've tried to keep it as clean as we can. We've not engaged or backfired or anything like that. We're just trying to stay in our lane. But yeah,
people can actually get in trouble for shit talking said server.
Yeah.
We have a rule against it.
We don't allow it. We just want them to do them, us to do them, us to do us.
Us to do that.
Go you. I'm how you pissed tonight, man. Too drunk.
Sorry.
That's right.
At the end of the day,
you play your game, we'll play ours.
He as a coder and dev for almost 10 months. And fuck, if I was to charge him what Teabag charges us per hour, I would have made about $5,000 off of him.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I was paid £15 a week and was worked more than a sheen worker.
Yep. Sheen worker. No, but definitely got to have the statement, and thank you for making it. No names or anything like that. But yeah. There you go. If you're out there and whoever it is, and you want to come onto the show and put your side on it, we always do that. But we'll have to, a nice, well presented statement. Thank you very much. I do like the point in the face, but I got a little intimidated. I'll tell you that much. I was a little intimidated. I thought, is he gonna fucking punch me here?
I'll save that for later.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
We've got time for that.
But yeah, actually, that's pretty much the show all wrapped up. Unless anyone in chat has anything they want to drop, anything on the floor and in the studio that they want to put in first. Yeah.
I will ask the question for the Queen.
Oh yes, the Queen.
Yeah, put a onesie into DayZ. What onesie would you like it to be?
If I was to put a onesie into DayZ,
Yep.
oh, you know what? This is gonna sound really sweet, but I would
Side
love it
note
if there
from
was a
that,
onesie.
I saw up in the chat about an anniversary. Happy anniversary, Greedy and Queenie.
Yeah, 22 years together.
Oh,
She's had to put up to me.
Yes.
22 years she's had to put up with me.
To put up with you.
Yeah, this
I have 22
anniversary,
more to go.
I've been with her more than half my life. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
22 years.
But the important thing, because
Right,
it's
so
her.
what's the
Swift
question?
song as
I
well.
was going to say the important thing, because it's her question.
You fucking wait, mate. I knew you'd point at me first, you bastard.
Don't avoid the question.
Yeah.
He
Fucking itchy trigger finger.
I feel
does.
like it's a trick question.
It's not a trick question. You can put it whatever onesie. It could be a big banana. We've had wedding dresses. We've had raptors. What do you see yourself running down the
Right.
main street of Chinaris wearing as a full onesie outfit?
Oh, I've got the perfect.
Spider-Man
Buzz
outfit
Lightyear
with
from
glasses,
Toy
chaps.
Story.
Who from
Yeah.
Toy Story?
Buzz Lightyear.
Oh.
I mean, I'd wear that onesie. Yeah.
Has to have the, and has to have the wings
It's got
come
to have the
out.
padding around the pecs and the six pack and the wings. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to have like the full. You know, I need to look buff. So yeah, I'd have Buzz Lightyear.
Yep, done. And a Spider-Man, of
Definitely.
course. Spider-Man, of course.
With arseless
With arseless
chaps.
chaps.
Very much, yeah. Is that even a onesie
Oh,
anymore?
that's a terrible sight. Terrible.
Well, no, I've got to be able to shit
Yeah.
on someone somehow.
Yeah, true.
I bleach my eyeballs. Oh my god.
Oh, that's
Depending on what that ass is, they might bleach themselves.
I want to see his hairy ass on my screen.
sun bleached. Well, that's our show.
I'll show you personally.
All wrapped up. So if you guys maybe want to get prepped and don't kill me while I do my outtake, and then you can murder me. We like to thank the
Where you
guys from
going,
Second
Q?
Door
Why are you hiding?
from coming out.
Hey, look,
Hayumissed.
supposed to shoot each other first.
Oh.
You took...
Quick, kill him too. Oh, that's it. All right. You get the honours to kill me now. We appreciate you coming out. He's going to be dirty. You killed him. He's going to be dirty ass.
I need to reload.
We appreciate you coming out, and we'll see you definitely on the server very shortly.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, that was the Second Dawn RP. Absolute legends coming out and talking to us. You can catch everything. You got done. You can catch everything in the Discord. Go and join it. Do the application. Go and get heavily involved, because once you get past that little application point and get into the server, you'll join into an absolute world of imagination. They portray roleplay to the absolute max, and are absolute legends in what they do. So yeah, definitely get out there and see the Second Dawn. Big shout out to the guys that come out. Big shout out to the crew for coming out. We appreciate you guys coming out to the podcast every week. I believe next week's guest, actually we don't do that because we curse ourselves. So we're going to have our show next week. Next week's show is going to be a little bit different. So we're going to start off with our show, and then our stream will not end for 48 hours. absolutely nuts. We are looking forward to that. So tomorrow, next week's stream podcast will kick off our 48-hour stream. We'll be running through, so you'll probably see a little Second Dawn RP. We'll be putting a little bit more advertisement out about it this week. But yeah, 48 hours straight. Definitely pop in and see that. Come and check on me a day or two later to see if I'm still going. But that's going to be absolutely wicked. You'll be able to see some of the shows that we have on the podcast. But apart from that, that's the Peasent done and dusted. Big shout out to, as I said, the Second Dawn RP for coming out, not only in the community, but also the admins and owners coming out. Big shout out to Bruv, you missed a legendary one. And of course, my queen and chat. You guys, without you guys, we wouldn't have a show, and it's absolutely great to get the feedback. Apart from that, you guys have an absolutely lovely weekend. Always going to come punch me. Fuck, I knew you'd do that. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'll fuck you up. This is my server. That's it. That's it. Fuck him up. Fuck him up.
Don't gangbang me.
Yeah, fucking
I'll do
cop
it again.
Fucking,
Get one
you
day.
got owned. We have public record of it. I'm gonna put that on your TikTok. Victory dance. That's it. No, you can get so
Fucking
quick.
bullying.
Yeah, that's bullying, isn't
This is
it?
bullying.
Yep. Now you know how I feel. That's it. They're gonna dance all over your body now. Pain in the ass. Yep, dancing on you.
This is
Fucking
straight
dancing
fucking
on
bullying.
you.
Straight harassment.
That's it.
Ow!
That's it.
That's sexism.
Yes, mate, fucker.
Oh, you're one punch
I'll
away
punch the
from
lesbian out of
perishing.
you, woman.
Savage. Look
You
at
wait,
these
son,
two.
I'll give it ya.
You can tell why they're owners. You just feel the love.
We're very.
Feel the love. All right. They knock each other out? Hell yeah, they knocked each other out. That's staying to the end.
Oh no! I killed him.
He killed him.
Oh yeah. Come on again.
You dance your victory.
Oh yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick
Well, of course he got on him.
across.
Oh. Need a trophy.
Yeah, nothing special.
Ah.
He should have took his from his outfit. That's the idea. You wear their outfit.
Yeah. I'll just strip him naked. Next best.
That's it. That's it. Shame his body. Shame. Shame. Go on.
Ow!
Revenge. Revenge served cold. Hey man, just chill. Do some drugs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're out. Follow us for a raid as we head across
Oh,
the
you want some fucking
unchuggable.
more, do you?
Another DayZxbox
No.
streamer, and we love your work. We'll see you soon.
Just rolled underneath you. Ow!
Yeah, go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Well, at least you found yourself a quality server owner partner. I'll give you that much. You put up with his shit.
I think I accidentally punched the lesbian.
It's the Peasant Podcast. We're having a blast with the DayZ community, so take a seat real fast. Server owners and coders, content creators and streamers, showing off the community with all their features. Issues with updates, someone's mistake, new things they added, angry players it makes. Get in chat, voice your opinion. You're the community and we wanna listen. It's the Peasants Podcast, TPP, putting out the word about the DayZ community. a friendly hello, make sure you say it back. Survival role play, choose a character, hold the dev accountable on every single matter. Social media and TikTok, she likes to toast. Smiley's a people person, new friends on the coast. It's the Peasent Podcast, we're having a blast with the DayZ community, so take a seat real fast. It's the Peasent Podcast, TPP, putting out the word about the DayZ community. The greedy peasant, he runs the show, but without his team this wouldn't be so. The queen peasant, who runs the chat with a friendly hello, make sure you say it back. It's the Peasant Podcast, we're having a blast with the DayZ community, so take a seat real fast. It's the Peasant Podcast, TPP, putting out the word about the DayZ community.